This crazy Big Ten season rolling on as the Wisconsin Badgers with a Sunday home matchup here at the Kohl Center against Ohio State, then back on the road coming up on Saturday afternoon down in Lincoln against Nebraska. But back to the weekend here in Madison, the University of Wisconsin honoring the 2000 Final Four Wisconsin Badgers of head coach Dick Bennett. So many of those players back in town, recognized at halftime of the game against Ohio State. We'll get Coach Gard's thoughts on that Final Four team and also some guys he loves to get advice from, including Coach Bennett, as well as Bo Ryan and Tom Izzo. Got good coach-to-coach conversations to help him navigate through any year, and certainly this year as well. We'll also hear from assistant coach Joe Krabbenhoft. He's had to change his role a little bit. Can't work so much with the scout team in practice. We'll get you caught up on that. All that and more coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
We welcome you to Wisconsin basketball, and this Big Ten grind continues tonight for the Badgers. 6-5 in the league, 13-9 overall against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Brad Davison angles a pass to Nate Weavers in the left wing, whips it inside. Aleem Ford catches low on the left, up around Demir and in. Aleem coming off a game that Gard said is his best as a Badger against Michigan State. Threw it back to Weavers, right of the wheel, hands off to Trice. Dimitric bobs off a screen from Weavers, the pick and pop. Weavers catches, shoots a three, and hits it from up top. Nate Weavers, a 33% shooter from beyond the three-point line. 16-8 Minnesota. We're 4 minutes into the game.
Looked like he extended that left arm into Trice.
Here's Weavers, open three, left of the circle. He hits another one. 2 hits from distance for Weavers. Swings it to Ford on the left wing. Aleem with 5 points early on. A pass to Weavers. Gives off to Trice, top of the circle. Shot clock at 10. Dimitric right of the wheel. He's against Oturu. 3 in the air for Trice is good. There's points for Dimitric. Trice goes into Oturu against Potter. Right block, turns left shoulder, up right hand short. Rebound Wall. Good low post D from Potter. And here comes Dimitric Trice for the Badgers. Still down 4. 13-12 left in the first half. Mid-range jumper for Dimitric Trice is good. Just inside the arc, right of the circle. There's Trice outside right. Gives to Weavers, right of the wheel. Weavers flips to Davison. Leaves it for Trice outside left. Gard defends Trice. Dimitric takes it to the right side. Now drives off the wing. The runner off the glass and rim, no good. Weavers a putback, and it finally bounces through. Throw out to Willis. Another three try is in and out, no good. Potter the rebound. Willis hit his first three from long range. The fourth attempt halfway down and popped out. There's Trice, right foul line extended, feeds Potter up top. He'll try a three, good. Micah Potter. Now 11 of 24 is a Badger from the three-point line. He'll give off to Trice. Trice against Marcus Carr, feeds Weavers, drives to the right block. Mercer defends. Now left shoulder turn, up right hand. It'll dance in for Nate Weavers. He has 10, 33-25 Minnesota.
We let them get way too comfortable, I thought, in the first half. I thought we practiced well for 2 days. We had a good shoot around this morning. But knowing that the potential and what they've shown, like all of us, are trying to find that consistent barometer or consistent spot with your team. We weren't as good, especially at the start. We gave them confidence.
This is Wisconsin basketball. Left-hand dribble. Cover top of the circle. 5 to shoot. Anderson inside. Potter catches. Slam dunk. Brevin Pretzel his 4th from downtown. Right side. 4-3. Good. Dimitric Trice again with a big shot. Davison for 3. Tied in. Blocked by Weavers out of bounds.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When being sick isn't as bad as
not knowing why you're sick.
when questions lead to confusion
and angst and anxiety.
When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
and all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Tries throwing to Ford, outside right, Aline with a flip for Reavers at the point, feeds Davison back in there for Wisconsin. Now Ford for three, right side, good. Aline Ford, his second hit from long range. Inbounds pass to Trice, outside right. Trice to the free throw line in the lane, and the teardrop is good. Dimitri Trice with 7. Davison to the top of the arc. Kills the dribble, throws to Potter, loops it inside. Wall catches low on the right, up and in goes Tyler Wall. First points of the night for Tyler Wall. Dimitri Trice at the point. Takes it to the right side. Trice back in there for Wisconsin. As Davison sitting down. Ford goes into Potter. Left shoulder turn. 2 pumps. Goes up and out. No good. Got his own rebound. 1 pump. Missed it. Chippy. Tried again. Yes. Micah stayed with it. Tipped it in with the right hand. He's with Davison, a bounce for Oturu, single coverage Potter. Oturu, right block, goes up right hand, blocked by Potter, and he comes up with it. Good defensive work by Micah, is now Trice up the floor for Wisconsin. A feed to Trevor Anderson at the right point, goes to Reavers, baseline right. He's backing in on Oturu in the lane, 1 pump, goes up and in. Reavers with 14, first points of the second half. Throwing to Dimitri Trice. Trice out between the arcs, high screen Potter, Trice moves to his right, 3 in the air, good. Dimitri Trice's second hit from distance, 10 points in the game, and the rebound of Brevin Pritzel. And now Dimitri Trice to the front court. Trice on the right side feeds Reavers, open 3 right of the wheel, in and out, no good. Lean Ford, the offensive rebound, low on the right, gets the putback. Ford with 11. They rose above all of that. Saturday played well. Trice left in the lane, up right hand, no good. Potter the offensive rebound and the putback. Tyler Wall with a bounce to Micah Potter at the left block. Micah is backing and backing. Tries the right shoulder up, left hand, well done. Micah Potter.
Thought Minnesota did a good job of setting the tone right from the start. I thought they were more physical, more aggressive. Some of it on the offensive glass, give them second chance points, give them a couple kick-out threes early. And then same thing on our offensive end. I didn't think we were as physical enough in the paint. We got the ball in there and didn't finish, didn't get to the free throw line as much as we need to. But it's a credit to Minnesota.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers.
When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
Lewis defending John, takes it off the wing, stops right block, floats it up off the glass and rim, no good. Kowski rebound, slam dunk. Gives to Doc, left of the circle. Beats Kowski, barrels in, slam dunk. And Kowski, a little screen and slip. Slashing to the line in the lane. Run out past Bryant, right side, 3-ball. Book it! John Bryant from downtown again. No good. Wisconsin wins the game. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but here it comes. The Wisconsin Badgers are going to the Final Four.
Special weekend at the Kohl Center as the University of Wisconsin welcomes back members of the 2000 Final Four basketball team. Head coach Dick Bennett and many of the players who were a part of that very special run 20 years ago, believe it or not. Depending on when you are seeing this program, it's either right before or maybe after the Ohio State game. Full disclosure, we are recording this on Friday late morning, early afternoon. So, Coach, obviously there's been a lot going on, but I thought you had a really great point, many great points actually, but in your profession, you probably get a lot of free advice in any season. But in any line of work, the best advice comes from people in your business. And there were three in particular that you know you can call or they'll call you, and you can have some really good discussions and probably get some good advice as well.
Yeah, I think you always lean on the people that have walked in those shoes, you know, and have seen, look back through the rearview mirror, so to speak, of their career. Whether it's been, you know, obviously Coach Ryan, has spent a ton of time with him, and Coach Bennett, who I've gotten to know better over the last 4 or 5 years, and obviously Tom Izzo at Michigan State, that guys that have had 20, 25, 30 years, 40 years in the profession and have had different situations they've had to deal with. You're not going to be, if you're in this long enough, you're not going to be immune to a variety of obstacles and turbulence that you see, and each year brings on new challenges and different opportunities, and the advice from those guys has been very sound and point on, and they've all can recollect things they've had to walk through. And like I said, if you're in this long enough, you're going to have to overcome different things that get thrown at you and help your team work through it.
I don't know if it makes you feel better, but it becomes evident every program has something, right? Like everybody deals with it, and you mentioned those three guys. There were obviously things to deal with, but it's only something that you coaches would fully understand. We think we do, we don't.
Right.
The fellow coaches
we're
do.
with them, we're with our players. We spend a lot of time with them on and off the floor. So you're dealing in the human world of emotions and 18 to 22-year-olds and things they have to go through and navigate through, and they're learning about and experiencing for the first time. So there's a lot of, you wear a lot of different hats, and I think that's the one thing that you learn in this profession, that longer you go in it, that you're the time you spend on this floor, the X and O's, is very minute compared to the other parts of their lives that you're trying to help and walk them through.
Yeah, that's the strange thing, and probably one of the hardest for the fan to understand, because it's wins and losses, right? It's where you are in the standings, and all of that obviously matters a lot.
Right.
But there's so much more that goes into it day in and day out.
Right. I mean, you're trying to, like I said, just think back to when you were that age, going through as a college student, or even regardless of college or not. There's a lot of first, and trying to help them have the best experience possible while learning how the world really works sometimes, and those things are eye-opening at times. So you just, like I said, this group has done a really good job of sticking together, and has done some good things, and hopefully we got a lot more here coming in front of us.
Absolutely, yeah, plenty of season left. I mentioned at the outset here, this is a special weekend with the Final Four team. As you said, you've developed a really good relationship with Dick Bennett. Now, you and Bo and the guys were in your first year at Milwaukee with the Panthers, but you know more than Kirk Penny, Trevon Davis, Charlie Wills. You've gotten to know several of those guys, right?
Yeah, we've had alumni and whether alumni days or different times, a lot of those guys have come back and variety, whether it's been Mike Kelly, Mark Furshaw, John Bryant, Charlie Wills. There's they've stayed in contact and have been a part of the program regardless of where they are. Obviously, often different parts of the country right now, doing their own thing through their careers and raising their families. So it'll be good to see all those guys back, or a vast majority. They can't all make it back because of their profession and travel restrictions and things that they've had to other commitments they've made, but for the most part, a large portion of these guys are back this weekend.
It just seems like there's a great lesson, and there are probably many lessons with any team in any season, but that team had not one player who was even honorable mention All Big Ten, which, okay, they didn't have anybody, but that was the collection. That was
Right.
the group who bought in, and obviously there's been a lot of great players through here, a lot of really good players on that team, but no future NBA stars. They just found a way.
Right. I think they were sitting at 13 and 12 at one point and just did enough to get themselves into the tournament. I believe as an 8 seed or a 9 seed, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean it's a great example and a great life lesson of where, the sum is greater than the parts. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So that group collectively figured out and hit their stride at the right time, and that's what you're always trying to do. You're hoping your stride is today, but if you don't quite hit it or you wobble a little bit, let's get better the next time and keep moving forward.
The coolest part, and we mentioned this on your radio show, is that there will be more Final Four reunions coming up. Obviously the 14-15 team. There'll be a Big Ten championship reunion. We're getting closer and closer to the 20-year anniversary of that. Every team is different, but it seemed like every one of those teams enjoyed the ride. Even the distractions that came with it, the increased media attention, you guys were able to keep everything as normal as possible, it seems.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that the really good teams understand, and players understand this too, is, we talk to our guys about it all the time, you're not going to remember every basket you score, the amount of points you get. You're going to remember the moments, and most importantly, you're going to remember the relationships that you have in the locker room and the bus rides and those type of things. That's probably a few wins here and there or specific moments within games will stand out, but by and large, it's the relationships that you're going to develop, and they get more and more cherished. As I've reminded our team, every time you take off that jersey, you're getting one day closer to taking it off for the last time. And I think specifically with this group coming back this weekend, it's 20 years since they've taken off that jersey at the Final Four. So the further you get removed from that, the more you cherish that specific moment and the people that were with you during that time.
Final thought here, we get back to today's or this year's team under a minute here. You finally maybe can take a deep breath after the Ohio State game. Next game will be Saturday afternoon at Nebraska, so a little downtime here. You like to get 2 days if you can.
Yeah,
Is it possible?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we can stack 2 days together of rest and recovery, we can get a bigger boost from that than even putting 2 days 1 day apart or within 3 days. So that'll be, we're jumping in deep into second semester here, academics too. So it's a good time for them a little bit to kind of come up for air, but also at the same time improve our health, improve our, fill up our gas tank, so to speak, here as we come down the stretch.
Yeah, you're ready for that stretch run. The Badgers, obviously, with the game against Ohio State on Sunday afternoon, and then in Lincoln as the Badgers take on Nebraska on Saturday afternoon. Coach is back in a few minutes with our question of the week. Stick around.
When being sick isn't as bad as
not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion
and angst and anxiety.
When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
and all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Right side for Maurice Joseph, a bounce intended for Gray, deflected by Chappell, stolen away. Here comes Taylor on the run. He'll get it to Orlando Tucker down the lane, layup good. Right wing thought about it, turned it down. Now he'll take it this time for three, got it. 3-point hit for Joe Krabbenhoft. Draws a double right block out to Tucker, fakes the three, drives by Walton, to the rim, layup good. Tucker on a blow by, Badgers up by 6.
Assistant coaches Orlando Tucker and Joe Krabbenhoft had standout careers at UW. Naturally, as coaches, they still like to mix it up with the current players from time to time.
Slam dunk and a foul!
You always feel like you're going to get out there and you're going to challenge, and you don't know how to go 50% or 60%. The difference is between being a coach and an athlete, again, You don't have to. And that's a testament to who he is. He's going to get out there regardless, and he's going to challenge. He wants to push the team, not only with understanding the X's and O's, but actually physically pushing the team and understanding how to set a foundation of what it means to work hard every single practice, every single time you're in a weight room, and how do you prepare for wins. So that's a testament to who he is.
Joe being dogged by Hayward. Joe the drive, baseline right. One pump, takes it left, up and in, it counts. And
I enjoyed, being able to get out there and really get in the heat of the battle and practice with the guys, seeing it from their angle, right there with them. I think the guys learned a perspective because I was able to say some things and do some things that you only know if you're in the battle.
But as we all get older, the biggest battle of all is with Father Time.
But it's kind of the stubbornness. We talk all the time. I talk to Joe. When you're super competitive and you never lose that, that's the last thing that goes is your competitive nature of your mind. Your body goes first and it shows.
All I see is the manager's all with a sad face downstairs. I walk past, the coaching staff walks down and go, I think Coach Krabbenhoft tore his Achilles. I'm like, what?
My Achilles tendon was going to go, and I knew it was. And I'm fortunate that it happened while I'm coaching here at Wisconsin, because you got the best training staff in the country in Henry and his crew.
For me, it was just like a little culture shock. You're like, oh, wow. I mean, I guess you're getting a little older, but you just wouldn't expect that.
Since the injury, Krabbenhoft has found it even harder to keep up with the younger generation.
Getting up and down the stairs with 4 little ones has probably been the bigger challenge than anything out on the court for me as a coach or during the game. Putting an extra load on my wife's back, who already has her hands full, has been probably the hardest thing.
Patience is the main thing that he's learning. Joe's very impatient. He doesn't like to wait. He wants it. He wants to go, and that shows on the court. If he wants the ball, he's going to attack the rim and go get it. Whether it's offensive rebound, defensive rebound, or defensively, he's going to try to take it from you. I think this is something that's teaching them patience. Teaching them that, how to be smart as well. That sometimes, we can be stubborn as athletes, and the older you get, Father Time is unbeatable.
With age and injury comes perspective, and Coach Krabbenhoft has taken it all in stride.
Getting up and down the sidelines, believe it or not, with that scooter was very easy. I cover more ground than most refs do in the Big Ten, but now in this boot, I'm walking, I'm a little slower, so I missed that scooter.
With the Badger Sports Report, I'm Eric Ryler.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's question of the week, a good old-fashioned basketball question for you, Coach. Jim up in Portage wants to know, what is it about the pick and roll that makes it so challenging to defend?
Well, Jim, thanks for your question. The first and most important thing are the 2 players involved. I mean, when they're really good, and we've seen some really good point guards in our league, as we've got 5, 6, 7 of the top ones in the country. I think that's the biggest thing, and just how the game has changed. With the floor gets spaced, you have to be very strategic with where you place the other 3 guys. If it's a big that can shoot the ball, that puts more pressure on you, and then obviously the movement and the rotations within it. So. But by and large, it's the guy with the ball in his hands. If you've got a really good facilitator and a guy that has a great feel, can shoot it, but also has terrific vision, that puts you in a quandary. And the ball screen obviously has become very prevalent in our game, as it's been a trickle down from the professional ranks. But I think most importantly is what the pieces, what those actual players can do. And the higher their skill set is, the harder it becomes to defend.
Seems like every night when we're doing pregame interviews or whatever, well, that point guard is really good. That's
Right.
just the way it is in this league this year. Right?
It is, definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. Badgers hosting Ohio State on Sunday afternoon, and then a little bit of a breather on the road Saturday afternoon against Nebraska down in Lincoln. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers.
When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
Your baby.
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.